Why can't I just get it together? We've all said it. I've said it so many times. So many of my clients and people who follow me ask me this exact question. My life looks great on paper. I'm capable. I'm high functioning. I show up. If people actually looked at my life from the outside, they think I have it together. And yet, there is some aspect of my life, there's some place where it feels harder than it should. It feels like I have to work against myself. It feels like I have to use a lot of willpower or self discipline. It feels like I lack motivation, and I don't understand why. If that's been you, you're in the right place. We're going to break it down in a nervous system friendly, rewiring your brain guided sort of way so that you understand what's happening and you can start to work with yourself. First, I just want to normalize the frustration, right? There's nothing wrong with you. So many people are in this place. And this low grade, persistent frustration and stress can cause a lot of friction in our lives, right? And it can erode a lot of self trust because every time we say we want to do something and we don't follow through on it, we're kind of no showing on ourselves, right? And when we no show on ourselves over and over again, just like any friend who no shows on you, you stop thinking they're going to show up. Um, so this is something we say to ourselves, right? Not because our lives are falling apart, but because they're not matching how we thought they would feel, or we're not showing up in a way in a certain area that matches our self concept of ourselves. And we have that dissonance or that discrepancy. That's where even more friction comes in. Okay. So I said it before, but I want to say it again. I've been here. My clients have been here. It's a pattern. There's motivation, there's effort, friction, and self doubt. We ask, why is this so hard for me? Other people don't seem to struggle like this. Maybe I'm just bad at follow through. Maybe it's a problem with me. What I didn't realize for so long was that this question itself was based in a misunderstanding. But I'm a coach and a teacher now. My name is Cecilia, if we haven't met. I work primarily with women and I work in a brain based, nervous system friendly, manifestation guided sort of way, which means we work with your brain, your body, and your energy. That's the whole version of you. And that means when there's something like this that's causing friction, like why can't I get it together? We have to understand what's happening in your brain and your nervous system because the actions you take and the actions you don't take are related to that. Okay. So the doubt that you have and the way you're acting right now isn't proof that there's anything wrong with you or that you're a failure. In fact, that doubt and the actions probably aren't even yours. I know that this might sound a little strange at first, but all the actions you take, have you ever wondered where they come from, right? All the things we do, they come from how we think and how we feel. So when we think a certain way about a certain thing and feel a certain way about a certain thing, we act in a certain way. So, for instance, if you cannot wait to go catch up with your friend on the walk, you probably cannot put on your shoes fast enough and get out the door fast enough, right? If you're looking to catch up on something. However, if it's time to work out and you are telling yourself, I don't have time to do this, or I'm too tired for my day at work, or I hate going to the gym because I never know what to do, those don't really lead us to an emotional place where we want to take the action of going to the gym. Right. And so we can look at the action of not going to the gym and thinking, oh, I'm a failure, or I lack motivation, or I lack willpower. But in fact, what you really have is a thought error, or you have a thought pattern, a belief pattern in your brain and in your nervous system that is leading you to act in a way that's not congruent with a higher version of yourself. Right. So the ideal version of you might think, I go to the gym, I'm fit. Right. That's like part of who I am. And this example applies all over across the board. I picked fitness because it's usually easy for people to understand. It's relatable, but this can go anywhere, right? And so what's happening, you have this version of you that wants to go to the gym, and then you have this version of you who's not going to the gym. The version of you who's not going to the gym is in the moment you. That's primitive brain you. That's old story you. The you who thinks you go to the gym is like future thinking you. It's you who like has your plan of growth and of who you are. Those two, they might feel like they're separate people. They kind of are separate people. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to close that gap, not by force and willpower, because that doesn't actually close it. That makes it feel less safe. We want to create safety within ourselves so that we can understand the thoughts and beliefs that are causing us to act how we act in the moment, knowing that in the moment brain wants to keep you safe and wants to conserve energy. Okay, so I just got into it a little bit, but your brain Its actual job is survival, keeping you safe and conserving energy, not helping you feel fulfilled, not reaching those higher places in your life, right? Not the growth. And that's why goals can feel so hard and can feel so tough to access because we think, oh, this is what I really want. I can see my future. I want to get there. And then we start working on it. And the in the moment brain is like, that feels terrifying. I don't want to do that. That feels hard. That feels like it's going to be take a lot of energy and it's going to be dangerous. Let's not do it. Let's just stay in bed. Let's watch another episode on Netflix. Let's have another glass of wine or some more chips. So, the other thing that's important to know about this part of your brain is it collects information from around you. It is not the most nuanced collector of information, and it's kind of a hoarder. It doesn't really get rid of anything, right? It's not a purger, it's not a minimalist. It collects information, a lot of information from when you were very young and through other formative moments in your life, and it creates beliefs about you and the world around you. So maybe let's say you wanted to try out for the basketball team, but you hadn't really been practicing and maybe you didn't have a lot of skills. And so you went, and even though you love basketball and you were trying hard, you weren't quite up to the level that you needed to be on the team. And so you didn't make it. And let's say a human being, a tired adult human being says, looks like you don't have what it takes. And they didn't mean it. And like, you don't have what it takes for life. But what your brain took it to mean was, I don't have what it takes across the board. And then it interprets that and uses that in different parts of your life to keep you safe, to protect you from failure, to protect you from feeling embarrassed, to protect you from shame, to protect you from public humiliation, whatever it is that is trying to protect you from, it's trying to keep you safe. So I hope you're starting to see that you not going to the gym has very little to do with your motivation and willpower. Very little to do with your motivation and willpower. And yes, you can use willpower to override this, but it will not last. That's why you've probably, I'm using air quotes, established a habit at some point in the past. And it felt like it was really a habit. And then something happened in life and you totally reverted to who you were before. That's because you never rewrote the beliefs that were leading you to do or not do the behavior in the first place. So it's not that you cannot get it together, it's that your brain is still protecting you. You are not self sabotaging yourself, you are self protecting. And that's why you can't get it together. It's because you haven't taken the time to look at what's happening in your brain to create safety around doing something new in your nervous system and to actually allow yourself to feel into the possibility that this is possible for you. This, you can do these things because your brain is actually a creature of habit, but it's totally adaptable. So once you slow down and understand the thoughts, understand the nervous system states, and understand your energetic perception of what's available and possible for you, everything can change. You'll be someone who goes to the gym with ease, but first you have to work with your brain. Okay. My name is Cecilia. This is what I do. I help women figure out how to rewire their brain. If this sounds like it's up your alley, follow along here, subscribe, watch for more of these videos. And if you want to take the work deeper, get in touch. There's some links below. And I'll see you in the next video.